You're studying Japanese and come across this sentence. You have a bit of trouble with it. What is that doing there? What does this even mean? You look it up and realize that you supposedly learned this months ago. Guess I didn't actually learn it, you think. You turn off your Game Boy and sigh. No matter how hard I study, nothing sticks. You stare at a pile of grammar books that you've already been through. Maybe you just need to go through them again, from the beginning. You've forgotten so much after all, and who knows what you straight up missed. This is for the best. You open up the book to page 1. What if this isn't the way? What if what we think is helping us the most is actually causing the lack of progress and burnout that we feel sometimes? There's this thing I like to call the beginner's loop. I've seen too many fellow learners fall into it. We start our studies ready to learn Japanese and impress ourselves, and so excited and so full of motivation. And, we start learning our first few things and it's really fun. It's really cool. Like, I can read that. We learn more and more, and time goes on. We start to interact with Japanese in the wild, and we start seeing these piles of things that we forgot. Like, we did indeed learn about it, but we just don't remember, or we don't easily understand things. And we beat ourselves up about it. It's understandable. We're putting in all this effort, and for what? So we can forget it? No, we want to be fluent. So we start to think about going back to square one, right? We'll learn it properly this time. But that thought is a trap. That thought is the beginnings of the beginner's loop. We learn, we forget, we get worried that we forget, and eventually we're doing everything over again. When we're stuck in the beginner's loop, we only ever see maybe 5 or 10% of what Japanese is as a whole. We can't reach our language goals if we focus on just such a small percent of the language, and we definitely can't if we just keep getting stuck in the beginner's loop and burning out before we can progress further. But there's a way out. Don't restart. Don't beat yourself up on something you see that you forgot or something you think you should have known. Learning Japanese isn't some big test that we constantly have to worry about not failing. It's something that can and should be fun. It's something that you can make your own, and you can decide that you're not failing. The traditional definition of failure doesn't matter. Every encounter we have with the language is a chance to learn, remember, strengthen, or reawaken some connection to the language, and that's just beautiful. Everything that isn't new information is a reminder, not a test to be failed. To break out of the beginner's loop, simply spot review when you need it, or look things up when you need it, and just keep learning new Japanese. This new Japanese that you encounter will strengthen all of your connections to all of the things you've ever studied up to this point, even if it doesn't feel like it. If you've been learning for more than a few months, you've experienced this yourself as well. You see something that you used to struggle with so much, and this time it just clicks. Like, you can't explain why, but it just does. You just have to keep showing up and seeing new Japanese in your native materials or your study materials and in the wild, and you'll get that feeling a lot, but it just might take time. Of course, this isn't to say that you should never review. Review is a vital part of the learning process. And for example, I review every day on Native Shark, the sponsor of this video. There's a built-in system that shows me reviews I need to see on the days I need to see them, based on an algorithm built to help me not forget things. And I don't need to worry about what I need to review because it's all sorted for me. I just press the Study Now button. And when I do want to do some extra review, I just go into shadow loops or review sets, or even just click around on some lessons and dialogues. Check them out, link in the description. In my 10 years of Japanese studies, I've done my fair share of reviews, and I've seen so much Japanese and I've forgotten so much Japanese. And I've even gone through some of my learning materials twice, just with large breaks in between, so I could experience a lot of new Japanese. And just let all that connect. But I have never gone back to the beginning and tried to relearn everything. To me, that feels like noticing a scratch in some paint on like a wall that we've been building. And instead of just applying some paint, we drop a bomb on it and rebuild the wall from step one. To me, that feels like a surefire way to never finish the project. Don't let that happen to you. Be kind to yourself. Learning doesn't always look like what school taught us it does. Thanks for watching and good luck with your studies.
この番組はフューチャーラーニングメソッドネイティブシャークがお送りしました。